All right, so even though we're not going to get our appliances there, but that was very helpful. And the books that the girl gave us, just to kind of see the layout of appliances and stuff like that, that was very helpful. I really do like this stove with the gold hardware. I don't know what, maybe it's because I'm so used to seeing the chrome and I don't know, it just... Did you like the commercialized ones?
Yeah.
Were you okay with that? What store is it that you said that you wanted to try? You said that you wanted to look at a stove or something at this commercialized...
Oh, no, there's place up in North Brookfield that has restaurant equipment.
Oh, okay.
New and used and recycling and reconditioned. Because I'm not going to get that salamander in a store like this. That's true commercial grade appliance.
All right, well, so next time we go up to North Brookfield, I mean, the next time we go there is when we do all the landscape, hard, pulling of all the frontage stuff. But, also I was thinking too, I know you're going back and forth about propane in the electric, but I was also thinking we may want to go propane because then we can tie it into
outside grill.
Yeah, the outside grill. Yeah. Because instead of you keep going and changing out those tanks and everything, I think that's what I wanted to talk to you about, and I completely forgot. I think that is probably a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be using that outside grill a lot, or outside kitchen.
Plan to.
I think that might be.
Yeah. Just get a bigger propane tank, and that way we can have it piped into the house and up to the grill.
Yeah. I agree. I think so too. All right, so we did that. You were able to visually show me the door, other than having that metally flower thing in this the middle of it. My closets. Oh my God, I'm very happy because the other store that we went to didn't have. Home Depot didn't have any of the shelving units and the closet units that I liked, but I did like the ones that they had at Lowe's because. You said I can paint them because the dresser that I painted, my demo day color, that's what I want to make sure that I can paint that too. So that's all set. So I can look at the design of, what I want to be able to have in that room, and much more reasonable. I mean, I just can't fathom spending $20,000-$30,000 for closets. I mean, that's just no. So I think this is a really good inexpensive way, especially when we're going to be painting them, So that's good. We just need to figure out now the shelving on each side of the fireplace, what we're going to do with that. We do need to call the mason for the stonework for around the fireplace. Now we're getting the samples of the faux stonework for the front of the house, and I think the other company that I saw that I sent you a text on, I think that might be the company, because you said that was like real parts of real stone.
Yeah, and that's real stone.
When you figured out the measurements, is that in our budget?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as long as it's in our budget and we're not going over a budget, which we can't, I'm gonna request a sample from them. I mean, the other one's coming regardless.
As long as I do the work.
Well, I'm saying in the budget, meaning for the materials. Yes, you are going to be doing that work, honey, because you're going to save us a lot of money. There's no choice. That's why I married a contractor. But at least you don't have to build the house, honey. At least that's a modular.
I know. I still have to take 2 months off just to do my tasks.
All right, so for the rest of today, so then we looked at some of the wallpaper. I don't know if that's the same amount that you see at every wallpaper store, but I didn't even realize. I hope they don't mute because that music was on. That would be a bummer if they did mute that. So we looked at some wallpaper, but I think the ones that I requested samples from online, I have a feeling that those might be the ones that we picked, but until we get those samples in, then we can sit down and go through our color choices. I'll take the brass knobs from my dresser, put it with our swatches, because that brass color is going to be, definitely in my dressing room. and probably the wall lighting too. But anyways, I'm bouncing around here. So we already looked at appliances, but we're not going to do that. We got my closets. We looked at wallpaper. So do you think we should head out to Natick and look at that other wallpaper store? Or do you think we should just wait for...
Let's get the samples in.
To get the samples? Because those are going to...
Man, wallpaper is so hard to pick.
I know. Going through those books, oh my God, that's...
So many different...
I don't, like, I keep saying I don't get overwhelmed, but I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed because we have to look at so many different options. And it's just, going through those books, it's just so overwhelming. And there's no comfortable seating. There's like,
No.
I don't think there was any place to sit there, was there?
Off that little workbench off to the side.
But that was small. That wasn't like...
That's what if you're working with a designer. They have that set up.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at the things we have finalized. We finalized the flooring. We know we're going to do the bleached oak.
Right.
The whitewashed bleached oak.
Yes.
So flooring, we don't have to worry about that.
Right.
The tile in the bathrooms, that's been picked by
right.
them.
The last clip that I did here, they had
Right.
They had the one, but not the color tones and everything. I was really hoping we could.
But for the most part, that they're going to be doing. We're
What's the
picking the
builder's
flooring.
name again? I keep calling him Carl because
Corey?
that's Corey. It's Corey, right?
Corey.
I know Corey did have a lot of samples there and everything. I mean, because you're going to meet with him again.
Yeah, because we're not going to get too customized, too crazy on that. We're just going to pick a basic, neutral floor tile.
Right. I want very neutral in the bathrooms because again,
because we're going to have the whitewashed oak flooring, and we're going to have the beigey type of tile in the bathroom. So,
but then in our shower though, that's where we can tie in just a little bit of the green blue shade that we like. The rest of it we already decided that we're going to stay with like a cream color, not a white, but a cream color to match the floor. It's actually going to be the same tile that matches the floor.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to add in
style, and then we're going to do green or blue accents.
Okay.
Aqua or teal color accents.
Okay, perfect.
And that will be, so now we get the flooring and the shower done.
Yeah.
All the cabinets and fixtures and everything for the bathrooms are done.
Yeah.
So we don't have to do anything there. So it's just the lighting.
Yeah.
So we figure out the lighting on that.
Right.
The bedroom, master bedroom, you got to think about the back headboard. We're looking at the antique
right.
stores.
I mean, that's going to be fun when the weather warms up a little bit, especially when we're out in North Brookfield, because they're going to have some great antique stores out there.
And it's just the accent wall, so it's not like we can
it's not exactly
build around the accent wall.
Right.
So we have to worry about that.
Right.
You got the lamps for the tables coming in.
Yeah.
The bedside tables.
Yeah.
So
those
don't have to worry about that. So then it's just going to be a ceiling fan, a light, and that's incidental.
So what about our mudroom? Is that the things that are in there now? The washer and dryer obviously in the mudroom, but is the company going to be installing the cabinetry there, or is that something that you need to build, or how is that going to be?
Well, the upper cabinet, if we're going to do one above the washer and dryer, that's already been in the original package.
Okay.
But that was just going to be in a closet. Now we're going to take it out of the closet and put it on the backside, and then use the closet as a closet.
Okay.
And so that's pretty much done. So we got to think about the utility sink that we're going to put there, what that might look like.
And that's probably going to be like the same size sink as what we had in our outside kitchen bar when we lived in Maynard.
Possibly. You got to think
maybe a little bit bigger, because I'm going to need, because that sink is for me to be able to hand wash items and stuff. So that sink is probably going to be too small. So something a little bit bigger.
Yeah. And it might be something too as a work sink. I'm not using clean up paintbrushes and stuff like that. I'm not using a kitchen sink.
No, we're not going to do that.
Something like that. So it was going to be more utility sink setup. So we'll have to look at that. And that's not they can do the cabinet if we want a cabinet. If we want to do our own cabinet, we can do something else. But we are going to have it plumbed. And then the other thing is just going to be the accent piece. And that could be an antique thing that we could put in for the back mudroom for holding the coats and shoes.
Yeah,
and
I
things
think
like
that would make, because, we've got the French country look going on. So,
and then whether we do recessed lighting or some type of surface mount lighting for the ceiling,
I think the more I thought about it, I think recessed lighting in the mudroom is fine.
Perfect.
We don't need to have
decorative lighting.
Down the road, I might, once we have everything set up and we, everything's wallpapered in that room, or that one wall's wallpapered.
Because those are going to be really task-orientated type of lights. We're going to put something over washer dryer, put something over sink, put something in the hallway, right? Leading from going to the door. That's where the bathroom entry is. So, it's going to be very, very, basic stuff that we need there. And then your closet for your room. We've got the cabinets now. You got the paint. We just got to figure out the wallpaper.
Yeah.
Put a ceiling and a couple of light fixtures for that.
Yeah.
And then the living room. I know you want to do the bookcases and the fireplace, so we got to pick out the finishes around the fireplace and what the bookcases.
The mantle and all that stuff.
Design for the bookcase.
Yeah.
And
that's one thing I've focused on the stonework that I like for the fireplace, but I haven't figured out the mantle part yet, which is kind of odd. I think
the hearth and all the pieces that go with that. How high it's going to be off the ground, things like that.
Yeah.
How does it transition into the adjacent bookcases?
Right.
Pulling those elements all together.
Yeah.
So those are something that we got to do, and we're going to have some sconces in that room.
Right.
Again, lighting is still a challenge.
Right. But at least we know where the lighting is going to go, because that's where you can mark on the drawings and everything for them to make sure that there's lit electrical there.
TV electric, wall sconce electric.
Right. Right.
Any ceiling lights that we're going to have. We're going to have a hanging light over the island, which we don't know where that is. So that's a...
Right. Well, that's the island you need to figure out,
fine-tune that
length
design.
And stuff like that.
Yep. And whatever we do in the pantry, which isn't a big... Not much to do there other than shelving and lighting.
Right.
We'll have the sink in there too. The rest is just going to be the layout with Corey on the building.
Yeah.
Finalize the selections on that.
All right. So I think that's good. So we can. I think my lamps are coming in today. So I got to do a fun reveal for that.
Mm-hmm. So I guess our errands are done as far as searching.
Yeah. At least we can go home and go through these and kind of just
stuff to chew on right here.
Yeah. The lighting above the center island is in the kitchen faucet. The coloring. I don't know if I want the.
Yeah. All right. Let's go home and I'll work on the design.
Yeah. Let's finish. Yeah, definitely, because you got to
doing the architecture.
Yeah, you got to call and discuss budgeting and stuff like that.
So
excellent.
Get that over to Corey so he can give me the final numbers.
All right, so we had a busy day today, and stay tuned. We got so much more coming up. Have a great day, guys. Bye.